Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
They have cold beer and action on the game.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
It's time for the Degenerates Next Door.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Back once again, your favorite beer-drinking, inappropriate friends who are also damn fine Americans. Got out, voted, got drunk that night, made a few bets, lost the bet on a MAC football game, and watched the election returns. That's what it's like to be an American, Rob Kendall.
Yeah, it's like you had action on our college show on Tuesday night because that was your degenerate special. And I just felt bad for you because now you had to focus on two things instead of just one. And I really just want to let you know that I was just weeping openly for you that you had to divert your attention for the betterment of the show.
Yeah, it was tough. I'm able to multitask, though. And the better half, Mrs. Hammer, she has these, like, big restaurant-level slushy machines she bought. Like these big ninja things. Mm-hmm. So we had like frozen margaritas, frozen daiquiris. I added a crap ton extra tequila to it. So by the end of the night, one, I didn't even know who was running for president. And two, I had forgot that I lost that college football bet.
Did you look at your wife and go, hey, did Reagan end up beating Mondale?
Last week, 3-2 for me. I'm 24-21 on the season for the NFL. Listen, 3 games above 500, but it's better than being 3 games under 500, right? And as you always say, Rob, if you were betting $1 million
That's right.
on these bets, you'd be feeling pretty good. So, before we get into a full slate of Sunday action, Mr. Monday Night, Rob Kendall will have a little something special for you on Monday Night Football. Let's not waste any time. It's Thursday, and damn it, I want action tonight.
I want action tonight, satisfaction all night.
And I got to be honest, this is a good game tonight. So many times on Thursday nights, we get stuck with the Jets. We get stuck with the Bears. We get stuck watching these awful teams, the Jags. But tonight, we've got the Bengals at the Ravens.
Yeah, Burrow and
Lamar
Jackson.
So the Ravens are a 6-point home favorite. The over-under is sitting at 53. Now, I know everybody thinks you have to play the under on Thursday nights. Like, ever since that stat started to become mainstream, no matter what the number was, everybody's like...
7. We're going under 7.
Thursday night unders. Let's go. Listen, the last time these two teams played was October 6th. Not that long ago, about a month ago. And it was 31-27. No, I'm sorry, 41-38. 41-38.
79 points.
It's a lot of points. And 8 of the Ravens' last 9 games have gone over the total. So I know the Ravens are going to score. That offense is running, and Derrick Henry has been a cheat code for them. Adding him to what Lamar Jackson can do and those receivers, cheat code.
Unfair.
The Ravens are going to give you some points. If the Bengals can show up, if you get some help from the Bengals, do not look past an over tonight. Because here's what I'm talking about. Joe Burrow, 20 touchdown passes, just 4 picks. Had it not been for Lamar Jackson in the same division, you'd be talking about Joe Burrow maybe being an MVP candidate. And in the last 3 years, when Joe Burrow has been healthy and the starter, in week 10 and beyond, which we're there right now, he's 12-4 straight up. And as an underdog, Joe Burrow has been a good bet. So why am I giving you these statistics? Because I think Cincinnati's offense is going to play well tonight. I don't know if they win the game. I'm not even sure if they keep it close tonight because the Ravens are cruising and they're at home. But if it was 41-38 a month ago in the jungle, I still think we can get past 53. I am going to take the over tonight. Over 53. I believe it's the biggest over-under total on the board for this week in the NFL, and we're doing it on Thursday night, which seems like it's sacrilegious, but in these crazy times we live in, Rob, we're throwing caution out the window. Over 53 tonight. I don't like either defense, and I like both offenses. Prop bets for tonight. We got 2. Joe Burrow, over 24.5 completions. If you think the Bengals are going to put some points up, it's coming through the air. So he's going to have over 24.5 completions. And Zay Flowers, wide receiver for the Ravens, over 59.5 receiving yards, 4 of the last 5 games. He's had over 110 yards or more. There was one week that was just a stinker, just a dud. But the other 4 out of the last 5, over 110 yards plus for Zay Flowers. The total is 59.5. We are going over. So that is my action for Thursday. Let's turn our attention to Sunday. And Rob, the Lions at the Houston Texans. Sunday night football, the Lions, 3.5-point road favorites, over under right around 49.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, I take the Sunday night and Monday night games each week on this show because it prolongs my my inevitable loss. There's still hope. No matter, basically, as long as I can win one in the between Thursday and Sunday afternoon, I still have hope of a winning record come Sunday night.
It's like when you are a college football bettor and you always bet the Hawaii game.
That's
no matter how bad your day has been, you've always got that midnight, 11 o'clock kickoff with Hawaii that can save the day.
Yeah, and so what am I? I'm 7 over in the NFL for the year.
You've had a good run.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, so this game is all about the Lions. And by the way, if you're new to the program, here's how our betting works. Hammer is the stat man. He spends hours and hours into this stuff. That's why he's so good at it. All this time and stats and information. And me, I read 2 websites and I'm like, okay, I feel this.
Like you watch the games and then you look for a couple places that can back up the way you feel.
That's right. Like I'm a golfer who never practices. I just go out and play.
You're like a big CEO that surrounds himself with yes men.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the Lions can score. Did I mention the Lions can score? And I don't know if Collins is going to play for the Texans. Nico Collins, one of their best players, wide receiver. So it's tough to take an over here. And because the Lions defense stinks, I got really torn on this, right? Like the Lions defense is not very good, but man, the Texans didn't look good without Collins.
They're pretty good when they've got Hutchinson, but he's not running out of that tunnel.
Yeah, he ain't running anywhere for a while. But here's what I do know. Detroit is on a 6-game winning streak. The Lions are averaging 32.5 points a game this year, and that includes that weather disaster last week at Green Bay, and they know how to win on the road. So if they can muster, say, like 28 points, I think it's going to be tough for the Texans to get more than 24. I'll take the Lions to cover 3.5 on Sunday Night Football.
Rob is in on the Lions. And again, we said this on the college show the other day. Again, we do a college football edition of this every Tuesday that drops. The NFL show here on Thursdays that drops. Imagine you just woke up from a coma. You had a car accident 2 years ago. You wake up and your friend tells you the best team in the NFL right now is the Detroit Lions. And oh, by the way, IU is a 14-point favorite over Michigan in football this weekend.
And the Lions are fun to watch, man. They always go for it on 4th down. Their coach is a red ass. Like I like watching the Lions.
So Rob has got the Sunday night game. I have got Sunday morning. Boy, what a turd this game is.
Oh, boy. I can't believe you do this to yourself.
The Giants against the Panthers in Germany. The Giants are a 6.5-point favorite. The over-under is 40.5. There are 9 teams, Rob, tied for the NFL's worst record with 2 wins apiece, including these 2 turds who will meet in Munich this Sunday morning. The Giants are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. The Carolina Panthers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. So my question is, what did Germany do to deserve this?
Do you know?
Okay, hold on. I'm being told we should probably not answer that question.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You know what? Maybe this is what Germany deserves. I don't know. But the Giants being nearly a touchdown favorite over anybody in the NFL, Daniel Jones not having a home game, being 6.5-point favorites over anybody else. Nope, I can't get with that. I don't like that at all. So I think this is a low-scoring game, and I want the team that's getting nearly a touchdown. God, this game sucks. The Panthers +6. That's my play. Give me the Carolina Football Panthers catching nearly a touchdown.
I'm so proud you did that because I wanted to take that game, and every time I look at it, I said, but the Panthers are so bad.
Oh, they are. They are.
I can't believe you had the guts to do it. I love that. I love you. I'm glad you did that. I wanted to do it, and I didn't have the guts to do it either way.
Let's go to our professional, Kenny Britt. Now, when I say professional, that means he's a professional handicapper. He's not a prostitute. At least I don't think. KB from KB Sports. Go on Facebook and find KB Sports and become a subscriber of Kenny Britt because he's rolling, he's making money. And what do we got this week?
All right. Well, first, Jason, Rob, I got a public service announcement. Sunday morning we got a terrible football game. Carolina and the Giants over there in Germany.
Yes, sir.
Couple weeks ago when we had Thursday night, we had Spencer Rattler against Denver. I was chatting with the client, talking about how bad that game seemed, and he said, you know what? Back in May, June, July, and August, we would have given anything for this game. So appreciate every game you get.
We say this about preseason football, too. When it's the middle of June. Oh, man, I can't wait to see the helmets out there, the pads popping, preseason football. And then after 5 minutes, we're like, all right, is there a rerun of Impractical Jokers on somewhere?
Just enjoy every shitty game you can.
Absolutely.
That's my PSA.
All right. Are you betting on a shitty game, or do you have a good one this week?
I've got a good one. I'm going to the Niners and Tampa Bay game. Tampa's lost 3 straight ever since the receivers, Godwin and Evans, have been hurt. But they've been in every game, went to Kansas City to overtime. But eventually it's got to take a toll on you. Being there, getting beat. They're very resilient. Baker's playing good. But San Francisco, McCaffrey's coming back. I'm sure he'll be on a pitch count. Debo's going to be back. And this is their time of the year to shine. They always start off a little slow. They come on strong. The line has already crept up to -6, and I think San Francisco is going to treat Tampa Bay like a cheap date. They're going to have their way with them Sunday. So I am Niners -6.
Niners -6 against a depleted but fun to watch Tampa Bay team. I mean, I got to be honest, they're fun to watch.
Yeah. Very resilient. They're fun to watch, but eventually being that close and losing when all your star players are out is going to take a toll on you. And I think it all catches up this week. Baker's been great. I mean, he really has. He's been great.
Yeah.
But eventually it catches up to you.
So how have you been doing for your clients? And if somebody wants to become a client, how do they find you?
Yes, sir. All right. I am 30-24 in college football, which is it's okay.
It's winning.
NFL, I'm crushing. It's winning. NFL, I'm crushing right now. I'm over 65%, 36-19. So I'm 66-43 on the year, 23 games over 500. You can find me on KB Sports on Facebook. If you have trouble locating my page, just check us out, our podcast out on the on X, and they will get you in touch with me.
Absolutely. If you can't find this big, hairy American winning machine, reach out to us, and we'll take care of you. KB, man, we appreciate the time, brother. Have a good one.
All right, you too, guys. Take care. Thanks for having me.
All right, you heard Kenny. He is on the 49ers. Rob, you have got action with the Steelers and Washington. Steelers on the road. They're getting points. Mike Tomlin as an underdog. It's usually free money. 2.5 is the line. Washington's the favorite. The over-under is 45.5. Rob, do you have enough hair on your peaches to hitch your wagon to Mike Tomlin as the dog against what may be the hottest quarterback in the league, not named Lamar Jackson?
Well, that wasn't even going to be my bet, but now I really want to do it. Now because I've been dared on a podcast. I mean, that's all it takes. Boy, now that you always do this. Like, I hear your bets or your thoughts, and I'm like, man.
I'm not betting this game, though.
I know. Like, here's the thing. Okay, So I watched the Bears basically shut Jaden Daniels down a few weeks ago. And the Bears' offense stinks. So the Bears' defense was on the field most of the game, and play after play after play after play, they shut that dude down.
Now, they were facing the wrong way at times on the field, but they were on the field.
That's right. I know that Jaden Daniels is really good, and as usual, the Bears picked the wrong guy. They should have totally picked him instead of Caleb Williams. But he can't be stopped. And while the Steelers have scored in the high 20s or 30s in each of the last 3 games, I'm still not totally sold. I think the Steelers want to run the ball to keep Daniels and that offense off the field. Commanders have given up 13, 7, and 15 in their last 3 games at home. Now, those were all against pretty bad offenses. But I can see this being like a 2017 type affair. I'll go under and look forward to a 55-51 final.
I like that. See, I think that's a better bet than just blindly taking the Steelers because Mike Tomlin seems to win all the damn time as a dog. You did your homework. You had a reason for it. And it all goes back to you being a jilted Chicago Bears fan.
That's right.
You brought it all together, my friend. Well done.
Well done. Thank you.
All right, take a little break here. When we come back, we got a lot more games to get to. Plus, later in the show, Rob Kendall, he's going to do a victory lap on that ballin' on a budget win, and we'll go to the prop shop. All of that's coming up. We are the Degenerates Next Door. Back on the Degenerates Next Door, Rob Kendall. Right across from me, I'm Jason Hammer. Rob, talk to me about Buffalo at Indianapolis. Bills are a 4-point, maybe 3.5 if you can find it in spots, road favorite. The over-under, 47.5.
All right. First of all, let me say, one of the things I like about the show, I don't see your bets until you do them in real time. And a lot of times you will bet on things that I've pondered betting, and it's always interesting to me to see if you went for or what I went against. So,
were you thinking about the Jags game?
Yeah, but then just like I hate betting on I feel like the good teams are more reliable than the bad ones because who the hell had the Panthers? The Panthers beating the Saints last week. I think that just happens all the time. It seems like.
I've got a Panthers play, and I've got the Jags this week.
Yeah,
don't threaten this degenerate with a good time.
All right, so Bills and Colts. So let me remind everybody about the Colts. I've actually, knock on wood, I've gotten better here recently betting the Colts. I hate betting the Colts. Speaking of bad teams that are unpredictable, I hate betting the Colts because they're unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get. Makes it hard to pick the Colts. But I have to because Tony Katz, the morning show guy here in Indianapolis, has us on for his final segment Friday. By the way, if you're hearing us from around the country and you'd like us to come on your local morning show, we'd be happy to do that and pick your hometown team.
Absolutely. We each have _1 rated radio shows.
That's right. So we're pretty wild and wacky and entertaining. So it's my job each week. Hammer's like, you got to take the Colts. So here's what I know about this game. The Bills have scored 30, 31, and 34 in their last 3 games. They even got 23 on the road against a good Jets defense before that. Colts are a much better team at home. They won their last 3. And as usual, I'm totally perplexed about how to bet the Colts. I've hit it the last few weeks, but I never, ever, ever feel good about whatever bet I make with the Colts. And this one I'm going to bank on the Colts defense not being great, Flacco getting it back together, and the over of 47.5 cashing. So I'm sure now Flacco's going to stink. Allen will throw 4 NTs in the red zone, and we'll get a 13-9 affair.
All right, there it is. The Colts breakdown from Rob Kendall. Let me keep it in the AFC South here. Boy, now that you've brought it to my attention, I'm betting a lot of horrible teams today.
You are, yeah.
The Titans at the Chargers.
After the Titans did you so dirty last week.
Dude, again, here's the problem with doing this show on a Thursday.
Yeah.
We listen to all the insiders, the beat writers, the reporters. Drake May, concussion protocol. He's probably not going to play. He may dress, but he's not going to play. He'll be third team. Oh, but he won't play. So I'm doing some stuff around the house. I'm working in the garage. I've got the red zone on. I come out. Drake May is in the football game.
Yeah.
Never in a million years would have bet against Drake May in a situation like that because I like Drake May. I think he's going to be very good. But I was under the impression it was going to be Jacoby Brissett, who is not very good. And then the Titans get down to the red zone. They have it on the 5, and they implode, and they fumble. And anyway, it cost me a bet last week, but sometimes you break a few omelets when you make the egg on a Thursday. So the Titans this week fly cross country to take on Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. Chargers are a 7.5-point favorite. The over-under 38.5. The Titans have failed to cover the spread in 7 of their last 8. And I know this firsthand because I was one of the victims last week. The Chargers, on the other hand, they've won 7 straight games at home against teams with a losing record. They beat the teams they're supposed to. It's just over a touchdown here. It's 7.5, meaning realistically, you're probably going to have to win this game by 9, and I'm fine with that. This is a fade on the Titans this week. Give me the Chargers. I'm going to lay 7.5. All right, we're going to keep it out west. The Dolphins at the Rams. This game, kind of a pick'em. I'm seeing the Rams as a 1-point favorite. The over-under, though, it's pretty high at 50.
Yeah, each week we're like, Rob, you got to pick Monday Night Football. And each week I'm just like, I hate this game. And yet I have to do it because that's the show, right?
You know why you have to do it? Because you are Mr. Monday Night. There it is.
Each week I look at the game and I'm like, really? I got to do this one? There's never one that stands out. You know, sports bettors know there's some games that just stand out to you and you're like, that's a win right there. I never get that on Monday Night Football. All right, so I don't know why, but the hook on this intrigues me. It's under 50.5, probably because I'm an idiot. But both of these teams score, and then they score, and then they score, and the Rams are way better since Stafford got his dudes back in Cup, and what's the guy's name? I can't pronounce
Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce his name. I knew you'd know who it is. I feel like, Hammer will learn hard names just so he can say them and sound really smart.
I hope the Rams draft a Tennessee quarterback in a couple of years so we could have the passing combination of Nico Iamaleava to Puka Nacua.
I love that. The Dolphins' defense stinks, and obviously the Dolphins are much better offensively with Tua, but 50.5 is a big number. And again, look, I'm buying into this overs and unders on primetime games. But here's what I'm thinking might happen. I'm playing this out in my head on how, for some reason, that hook just intrigues me, and I don't know why. The Dolphins turn the ball over a lot, and I'm banking on at least getting one turnover in a key situation to cost the Dolphins some points on the board. I hate having to pick this game. I have no feel for it whatsoever. But as Mr. Monday Night, I got to do it. I'm going under 50.5.
There it is.
Looking forward to that 87-78 final on Monday Night Football.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, a couple more plays. We'll drive down to the prop shop, and we will ball on a budget. That's coming up next. We are the Degenerates Next Door. All right. Back. Degenerates Next Door. Rob Kendall's here. I'm Jason Hammer. Let's talk about the Broncos and the Chiefs. And when I say let's talk about that game, let's crap all over Bo Nix. That's what we're going to do.
You hate Bo Nix. I love this.
Well, the dude was in college like longer than Van Wilder. And his track record was he's always been kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Like every coach he's worked with has said he's kind of a pain in the ass. And he had a great training camp, really good preseason, and started the year not bad. But I think the league is catching on to the Bo Nix show. Right? So Kansas City is at home. That's a rough environment to go into if you are a rookie quarterback. Although he's 57 years old, a rookie quarterback who's struggling. The Chiefs keep on rolling. Sometimes it's not pretty. They don't usually cover. That's the thing that gives me some trepidation here. But if my options are, who do you have more faith in? Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce to cover 8? Or Sean Payton and Bo Nix to lose by 9 or less? I'm hitching my wagon to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay 8 points here. It's a big number. Against my better judgment, though, it's a total fade on Bo Nix. Chiefs -8. Rob Kendall, interesting matchup here. The Falcons on the road at the Saints. Saints have their guy back, Derek Carr. Not everybody loves Derek Carr, as you've seen on Twitter from some of their former players. Falcons are a 3.5-point road favorite. Over and under is 46.
Yeah, so this almost never happens for me, Hammer. The line actually moved in my favor since I initially got it. It was at 46.5 this morning. And one thing we do tell you to do is shop around.
Yes.
Go to different sports books. They're not the same, and you can get something in your favor. I did that today.
Look at the number and look at the juice.
Yeah, Bet Rivers had it at 46, and it depends on if that's in your FanDuel had it at 46.5. So it depends. What are you doing? You going over? You going under? Here's what I'm doing here, Hammer. I'm throwing caution to the wind. I saw one stat. I read it, and I said, I'm going with that. I'm not doing any other research. I'm banking this bet on one stat. Are you ready for this?
Bring it.
Here we go.
Bring it.
The sole thing, because I have no idea how this game is going to go, but all 7 games between NFC South teams this year have gone over on the point total. The Falcons' defense ain't great. Derek Carr's an ass, but I'm going over 46.5 on the Falcons against the Saints based on one stinking stat.
I love it. I love it. And I'm so fired up about that bet. You know what we're going to do right now? Great moments in Atlanta Falcons history when prime-time Deion Sanders was in the secondary. He put out an album, and the first single was Must Be the Money. Oh, yeah, baby. Falcons by 1 million this weekend.
And you know, there's some woman out there who her career highlight on LinkedIn and was backup singer to Deion Sanders' Must Be the Money.
You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Somebody puts that on a resume. So we're looking for a new singer to, sing the Hot Pockets jingle. Tell us about yourself.
30 years ago, I was the backup singer and Deion Sanders Must Be the Money.
You're hired. All right, boys and girls, I've got the keys. Get in the car. We're making a little trip down to the prop shop.
I take you to the
Prop.
shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep on going till you hit the
Prop.
Last week, Rob Kendall, I gave 5 prop bets on this show.
Yeah.
You know how many we won?
How many?
All damn 5.
You're a prop machine.
That's what we do.
You know what you are? You're a propagandist. That's what you are.
Thank you very much. 37-18 on prop bets this year. Let that sink in, because the money you win on these little fun player bets spends the same as if you're betting on the Broncos and Chiefs or the Falcons and Saints. So we've already given you a couple on Thursday night tonight. Burrow, over 24 completions. Zay Flowers of the Ravens, over 59.5 receiving yards. He's hit that in 4 of the last 5 games. Other games, Baker Mayfield, the man that is the Newman to my Seinfeld. He beats me no matter what I do. But I'm feeling a little cocky, Rob. I'm feeling a little confident. We were 5-0 last week.
Yeah.
And we're going over 1.5 passing touchdowns for Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
I think they're going to be behind. I think the 49ers may put it on them, which means they're going to have to throw the ball.
Baker Mayfield, the star of this week's Who's Screwing Rob Kendall on Monday Night Football.
Travis Kelce seems like he's finally got his act together. He's been putting up some decent numbers lately. We're going to go over 57.5 receiving yards because I think the Chiefs are going to have the ball a lot. Why? Because Bo Nix is going to go 3 and out an awful lot.
You know what would be the most boss move ever is if Travis Kelce broke up with Taylor Swift.
Now that the Eras Tour is over in America.
Don't wait for her to do it to you. You know she's going to do it eventually. Just beat her to the punch and put out your own album about it.
And maybe the woman that sang background for Must Be the Money can sing a hook in Travis Kelce's breakup song. And lastly, Justin Herbert of the Chargers, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute. The Chargers run the ball. Harbaugh's a running guy in the red zone. The Titans stink. And you get plus money here. All you need is 2 passing touchdowns, a couple missed tackles in the secondary from the Titans. Your toes are tapping, plus 123.
Ooh.
So give me Justin Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, Rob Kendall,
Yes.
last week, I went 5-0 on the prop shop, and I thought, all right, this is what we're going to be talking about this week. Not so fast, as Lee Corso would say. You hit ballin' on a budget.
This happens to be a $100 minimum bet table. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at one of our lower stakes tables.
Oh!
All right, you cheapskates. It's time for Rob Kendall's Ballin' on a Budget.
Very tight with $1.
By the way, can you imagine the pressure of Travis Kelce and knowing at some point that relationship's going to fail and 50 million scorned women between the ages of 16 and 30 are just going to turn all of their ire from their failed relationships onto you?
They're going to hate him for life if they break up.
Yeah.
When they break up.
Such pressure.
But I don't want to talk about who Travis Kelce's banging.
Yeah.
I want to talk about ballin'.
Yeah.
Ballin' on a budget.
Yeah, you could be as rich as Taylor Swift if you hit ballin' on a budget this week. What do you think Taylor Swift would do with $16.97?
I have no idea. When do you think the last time she went to a store and just spent that amount? Like, do you think she goes through the drive-thru, goes through the Wendy's, and just gets, like, a couple salads, some spicy nuggets, and, oh, it's $16, Mrs. Swift?
Yeah, $16.97. That's what you could win on this week's Ballin' on a Budget. Here we go. Are you ready, Hammer?
Let's do it.
We got the Chiefs at home against the Broncos on the money line, minus 390. We got the Chargers also minus 390 at home against the Titans. The Eagles are at the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are a mess. You can get them at minus 370. And the Bears minus 290 against the Patriots. I know I'm going to just take a samurai sword and stab myself in the abdomen, putting the Bears in this one. But Chiefs minus 390, Chargers minus 390, Eagles minus 370, and Bears minus 290. You put them all together, you get plus 169, which means a $10 bet would pay you $16.97.
And you hit this last weekend.
I did.
So I think that warrants a celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Irsay.
Well, I say we end with this, and you guys can follow me. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hold on.
We will rock you. We will rock you.
Now, let me tell you why I love that soundbite so much. Jim Irsay loves music, specifically rock and roll music, more than maybe anybody alive. He's always buying these unique pieces of memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
He plays in a band. He's got rock star friends. He's the only guy in America that cannot get the beat right to We Will Rock You. It's a boom, boom, ch.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, ch. And I'm going to play this for you one more time.
Sure.
The best part is when he's off beat and he has to tell everybody, hold on! Like he's yelling in the locker room.
Well, I say we end with this, and you guys can follow me. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hold on.
It's good stuff.
We will.
Good stuff.
We will rock you.
And Rob, if you win another Ballin' on a Budget, we will play Jim Irsay again next week.
That's me.
Let's recap the board here. I am in on the over tonight, the biggest number on the board on a Thursday night. I ain't scared.
Yeah.
There used to be some things I would say in college that would only lead to bad news. I've got a plan, give me the keys, and I'm not scared. Well, guess what? I ain't scared to take the big number to the woodshed tonight. Over 53, Bengals and Ravens. The Panthers, plus 6.5 in Germany. Vikings, Jags, over 45. Chargers, we're going to lay 7.5. And the Chiefs, big number. It's a fade on Bo Nix, minus 8. Rob.
All right, I got the Lions minus 3.5 at the Texans. The Rams and Dolphins under 50.5. The Colts and Bills, we're going over 47.5. Steelers at Washington, we're going under 45.5. And Falcons against the Saints, we're going over 46.5.
Over 46.5 in the Falcons and the Saints.
Oh, I'm sorry, 46. I got it at
46.
Yeah, 46. Sorry. We found it at Bet Rivers.
Shop around, find that number, because if you're captain over, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain, Captain Over.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Captain, your navigator, Mr. Unger, and your first officer, Mr. Dunn.
Unger, over, done.
And this show is done.
Yeah!
For Rob Kendall, for Kenny Britt, professional handicapper from KB Sports, I'm Jason Hammer. Good luck, everybody. And as always, may the odds be ever in your favor.